This is Bahrain Television and I'm Yasmin Anani. Very good evening. The Interior Minister, Lieutenant General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, received at the Ministry's court today the Bahrain Federation of Expatriates Association, BFEA's President John Hu, Secretary General Betsy Matthew, and representatives of a number of expatriate associations. At the outset of the meeting, John Hu appreciated the efforts of the Interior Ministry to maintain security and stability in Bahrain, which has promoted a sense of security among the members of expatriate communities. For her part, Mrs. Betty expressed BFEA's support for the efforts of the Interior Ministry to take legal action against those who commit crimes and those who incite them, praising the security services provided by the Ministry's personnel with high efficiency and determination to enforce the law, and that despite the challenges facing them. She also praised the security officers' courage, ability to exercise self-restraint and professionalism. The Interior Minister, for his part, delivered a statement in which he welcomed BEFA's delegation, expressing Bahrain's pride in being the home to those expatriate communities whose members have contributed to its progress and Renaissance marches. The Interior Ministry's Under-Secretary, Major General Khalid Salem Al-Absi, Public Security Chief Major General Tariq Hassan Al-Hassan, Director General of the Capital Governorate Police and Director of Security Media also attended the meeting.
I'm well aware of the difficulties being faced.
And its ministry, from top to bottom, for what they've afforded in protection and keeping law and order during these very difficult times. And I want collectively to ask the Minister to continue doing the same as far as stopping the violence and the disruption to our businesses and our families' lives.
Although the Bahrain's expatriates represent many countries, I'm sure we speak with one voice when it comes to unreservedly condemning the illegal activities that took place in Bahrain on Friday, the 7th of September 2012. Gangs of thugs are ruining our economy, our security, and Bahrain's tradition of ensuring we all live in peaceful, harmonious, and united as a multicultural society. We urge Your Excellency to use the full force of the law against those who are guilty of these atrocities, and also against those who incite them and encourage these crimes. We would like to express our thanks and deep appreciation to all of Bahrain's security forces who strive to maintain the safety and security of Bahrain for all her residents in extremely dangerous and challenging circumstances. We applaud their courage, restraint and professionalism when carrying out their duties. The opposition are quick to demand their human rights, but it is known that many members of the opposition actually live abroad, in countries such as Denmark, Sweden, America, Britain and France, where they enjoy their human rights under the laws of those countries they reside in. Why then do the opposition groups here in Bahrain deny expatriates our human rights? Don't they realize that the very things they claim to be fighting for, they are denying not only to Bahrain's expatriate communities, but also to decent, hard-working, law-abiding Bahrainis also? Many expatriates have been subjected to threats and violent attacks, and tragically, as we all know, some of them fatal. We have been specifically targeted as a result of certain members of the opposition urging their followers to attack expatriates. We all enjoy equal rights, but only when we behave responsibly and obey the law. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights states, when we are in pursuit of our own human rights, we must not deny the human rights of others. International media and foreign governments are finally coming to their senses and seeing the real picture of the situation here in Bahrain. As 51% of Bahrain's population, expatriates collectively have a strong voice. And, Your Excellency, we now speak out in a loud, clear voice to demand human rights, not just for Bahrain's expatriates, but for all law-abiding, peace-loving citizens of Bahrain, who are all suffering at the hands of gangs of thugs. Let's be honest, there is no model for perfect democracy, and Bahrain must be allowed to develop both her style and pace of democratic reform without threat or interference. The expatriates here today offer their full support to the authorities and pledge their ongoing love and loyalty to Bahrain and her peace-loving people.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for coming. So many cultures have lived side by side and in harmony for generations on these islands. We have welcomed people from around the Gulf. We have welcomed people from South Asia and people from Europe and America. I'm very pleased to see the formation of your group. Your communities are a true asset to Bahrain. Seeing all of your different cultures in Bahrain enriches us. All of us living together makes our society a much better place. And I recognize and I thank you for your important contribution in helping Bahrain to achieve its national goals. As a Minister of Interior, I am here for everyone. Whether you represent 1% of Bahrain or 51%, it is my duty to serve you all. I am well aware of the difficulties being faced by the expatriates at this time. These difficulties are being faced by everyone, Bahrainis and non-Bahrainis. Ladies and gentlemen, you live in Bahrain, not outside. You are aware that the situation is not as simple. It is not as black and white. Some of our friends in the United States and Western Europe used to think that it was. Even they have now come to realize that it is not. Having said that, the good news is that we managed to contain the situation last year. The challenges were not easy, but we give credit to our strong and wise leadership under His Majesty the King. And it is the same leadership that recognized that any mistakes that may have been made should be identified and corrected. So we had the Bahrain Independent Commission of Inquiry, and we are now ensuring that all of its recommendations are implemented. We respect and maintain the values of democracy. You are correct to say that rights come with responsibilities, and everyone's human rights are relevant. Your rights as expatriates are just as important. Listening to some of the things that you have said today, I hope that your voices cross our borders. What you have said today needs to reach some of those who don't live here and who don't realize and understand the situation we are all facing. From my point of view, the right to personal security and safety are the most fundamental. I don't need to tell you that we all seek security. In fact, we all seek peace. And we all seek the ability to get on with our lives and to build a better society and a better world for our children. You don't need to be in the majority or minority to want this. In fact, you don't need to be a local or expatriate to want this. I assure you that the Ministry is doing everything that it can to maintain law and order, and it will continue to work night and day to do so.
The Minister of